All right, so recently we had a setup where we had these multiple volumes in a phantom or water cube, and then we were shooting beams at it, and at the end of the simulation, we outputted how much energy deposition was stored within it. So in this video, I just want to quickly show how you would just use standard C++ file stream operations just to save the output we got into a file name. So, sorry, just a standard text file. So personally, I probably wouldn't do this. I'd probably just store it with a root n tuple, but just to show the concept. So remember, we've got our constructor, destructor, and for our stepping action, this constructor is called once at the start of the program when it's being set up and all that stuff there. And then at the end of the program here, where everything's get deleted, this destructor gets called. So let's say we wanted to, instead of having this spit out the screen, we wanted to save it in a text file. So we could easily do that if we just created a file. So let's just go up into our include and open our stepping action. Let's just pull this out a bit. So there probably is a Geant4 version of the F-stream, or maybe not, but I'm just going to use the standard C++ file stream operation. So I'll go include F-stream, and what I'm going to define here is an output file name. So I'm going to have or a file stream. So I'm just going to define something. So OF stream. So that's a data type of the F stream. So an output file stream. So I'll call that just out file, and it's all good there. And then I'll go back into my stepping action, and I'll also include the header here. So again, I mean, I would probably just use root and put an n tuple, but just to show, like, when it's something simple like this, don't necessarily need it, but just to show the point. So for our constructor, we'll open our file name. So what we call it out file, and then use run the function. So open, and let's just give it a file name. So let's call it detector edep.text. Close that off, and then at the end of the file, let's say we want to just print this into the file, and let's get rid of the start. And so we're at the constructor stepping action, we create this file name called detector edep, and then we just redirect, let's close. So these, if you're not familiar, like these OS streams, it's just creating a file stream. So you can put inputs and outputs. So you can also create an input file, load it in. But in our case, we're just making an output file. Our OF stream, which takes on form of OF stream. I don't go there. We're stepping action. So at start, we actually create our file, and then at the destructor, when the simulation's finished and it's just deleting on memory, then we're just putting all these outputs that were to the screen into this file name we're calling detector edep. And then once we've saved everything to the file. We close it off. So let's just save that, recompile, see if that works. No strings. What have we got here? So, 57. A left string? Thought it was normally. Wait. All right, so after some squinting around, so when in doubt with standard C++, including the namespace standard seemed to fix it, since I forgot that it's probably a function from the standard namespace. So just included the using namespace, and when I was looking around, I realized that I had OF stream here instead of file stream. But so after just adding the using namespace standard, it seems to have worked it out. So if we just run this again with an electron, so we got our output file detector edep. So if we just go, let's cat it, cat edep text, then we see we got all the outputs that we got from the file name, and that's all pretty good and simple. Again, I'll just use root and probably save it to ntuple, but if you just want to use standard C++ file stream operations, then that's just a simple way of doing it. So just declared the OS stream name in the header, and then open it up in the constructor. So when this stepping action is created, and then at the output just fill it up and then close it. And of course, in its the current state, this file will be overridden every time the simulation's runs, but maybe I'll show how to make this change in a later video. But for now, that's a simple way of saving output to a standard text file.